Sebastian's our resident expert on the CBOE Volatility Index. That's the VIX for short, which we then always explain as the fear gauge, because it tends to rise whenever investors are freaking out. And that's exactly what happened last week when the averages were rolling over. Although with stocks rising again today, the VIX pulled back. This is important. Keep that in mind. For Sebastian, the big question here is whether we're dealing with a volatility spike, okay, or a volatility swell. Spike, swell. A VIX spike is what happens when the fear gauge makes a hard move up out of nowhere and then gives it away almost as fast. It represents a moment of panic that you got to buy because it quickly subsides. A VIX swell, on the other hand, is what happens when the volatility index slowly rallies over a 2 to 3 week period, usually while the market's rallying too. Ooh, that is almost always a bad sign because the VIX and the S&P 500 are supposed to move in opposite directions. Whenever you see them going in the same way, it means the market's about to course correct. In a VIX swell, the stock market eventually peaks, which sends the volatility index spiking still higher. Now, if you want stocks to go higher, then a VIX spike, well, that is great news. We've seen a bunch of these in the last year, and they tend to trigger some pretty substantial rallies, like today. Okay, so let's look at this in a dispassionate way. I want you, and how about that? Was that a great chart? I mean, I hope you took a picture of it, snapped it, and sent it to all your kids and stuff, like Snap, you know? All right, anyway, or maybe to your parents. Got a lot of people watching now. We're going to do the S&P 500 and the volatility index. We'll do some charting again. This is going back to late May, last May. There was a volatility spike in early June. See this? Boom. When the market experienced one final moment of COVID panic. I don't know, was it a hedge fund probably came on, right? It was a hedge fund probably came, rich hedge fund guy trying to keep you in your chains, right? Comes on, scares people. And then if that, you get a magnificent run. And what happened here? We saw something very similar. That's what that spike is. We like spikes, right? In November, we saw the same thing. See the spike? And then boom. Okay, we have a nice run. That's why Sebastian is confident that a VIX spike needs to be treated as a buying opportunity.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @JimCramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.